Hello everybody, welcome to another Aether Gazer video. Reconstruct here. So far I made the beginner's guide and a Sindri Tsukuyomi full guide for Aether Gazer. Today I'd like to talk about the Sigil system. I'd say this system is probably the most difficult to understand in the game. So let's get down to it. First things first, though, when it comes to early game sigils, you can go ahead and go to batch Dismantle in your inventory, and everything that is like 3-star, you can go ahead and dismantle them. Trust me, you do not need them. You can dismantle them and get back the resources, so you can go buy some 4-star sigils before you can farm your 5 stars pretty much for your characters, right? Alright, so next up, what you need to do is to pick your main DPS and equip the recommended sigils. So if we go, for example, in Shinri Tsukuyomi, you'll see recommended sigils is Lightning Cutter and Caledonian Rage. Also, it is better to focus on getting first the combat resource sigils, which is the Caledonian Rage. For example, for Tsukuyomi, that is because your modifiers, and in this case Tsukuyomi, uses raids to perform her skills, meaning that you can use her skills more, and using them more means more damage. So yeah. Also, I'd like to say that 99% of the time, the recommended sigils that the game suggests you is the correct sigils. So you don't have to worry about like the game suggesting you, a weird combination or anything like that. Also, if you notice, the sigil recommendation is not in order, but goes one Lightning Cutter, one Caledonian Rage, and so on. This is because, depending on the position you have your sigil on, you'll get different skill effects. For example, Lightning Cutter 1. If you go to skill effects, you'll see that it gives attack and thunder damage. But now if you check, for example, Lightning Cutter 2, we can go to the shop and show this right now. Sigil 5-star, all sets, Lightning Cutter, Lightning Cutter 2, right? If you go to skill effects, you'll see that Lightning Cutter 2 gives max HP and non-dot damage to elites and bosses. That isn't optimal. So if we switch and check out Caledonian Rage 2 though, over here, you'll see that it shows attack and normal attack damage. That is much better compared to having Lightning Cutter 2. So the position matters on where you put your sigils. Almost all sigils, I'd say they follow this rule, so remember to put your sigils to the correct positions. Your damage boost sigils, like Lightning Cutter, go to 1, 3, 5, and your combat resource sigils, like Caledonian Rage, go to 2, 4, 6. So next we need to talk about cultivating your sigils, specifically about Enchants and Reconstruct. So if you go, let's say, over here, cultivate, here's the Reconstruct. So Reconstruct is pretty straightforward. You use your Reconstructor to get a random function bonus. It is pretty significant bonus too, as you can see. Sigil stats increase 20% when equipped by a Shino modifier. Since Tsukuyomi is a Shino modifier, you want to go for that. You get those Reconstructors by clearing the hazard cleaning mode in the challenges. Because it takes a bit to get all the function bonus for all your sigils, it's advised to focus first on your main damage dealers before doing it for other modifiers. Alright, so, and with that, that's about it for Reconstruct, pretty straightforward like I said. Next up we're gonna have to look into Enchants. So, what are Enchants? When you use your sigil modules, as you can see over here, those golden ones. I'll talk about the blue and purple ones in a minute. You can reroll the skill effects, and you can even lock the ones you want, right? So you can eventually get the optimal effects you want. Farming sigil modules is more or less, I'd say, where most of your stamina will go towards in the late game. Also, a very important thing to know about sigil modules is about the blue and purple ones. Never actually roll effects, when that is because, as you can see here, if you go to your inventory, let's say, and you go to materials, where is it? There you go. Sigil module T3. If you go to fusion, you can fuse your purple into gold ones and the blue ones into purple ones, right? So you don't want to use the blue and purple ones to roll for effects. Rather, you want to fuse those so you can get like the gold sigil modules. And that is because the golden ones give 2 skill effects per roll. So it's way more worth it to go for that. Right? Next up, I want to talk about the levels. You may have noticed that your skill effects on your sigils have levels, as you can see on the screen: Fierce Assault level 4, Berserk level 3, and so on. The levels are a combination of all your enchants in your sigils. That includes the building skills and the ones you rolled. Each skill has a maximum level you can get, so having more than the maximum is not worth it. It's pretty much a waste, right? So what you want to do is, like, for your priority, that is, for your skill effects, in general your priority should be on getting level 8 for attack, crit rate, and crit damage. Those 3 you want to get level 8. Any remaining skill slots that you have will go towards elemental damage and skill damage, and last, combat resources. In that order, like I said. So, to go again from the top, you want to max out your attack, crit rate, and crit damage to level 8, and then you want the remaining of your skill slots to go to elemental damage, thunder damage for Tsukuyomi for this example, skill damage, and lastly, combat resources. That's about it. Some modifiers might need, or you might want to get something else towards too, but that's a kind of like a specific scenario, so you don't have to worry too much about it. Oh, and one more thing to know, it's about the modifiers. So when you reach your modifier to sexy smoking style, oh, wrong game, sorry, to triple S, that is, over here, you can see that sigil skills level and warp effects level +1. What we need to focus on is the sigil skills level +1. That level works for each active skill effect, but it cannot go above the maximum level. So that pretty much allows you to build more skill effects for your modifiers while maintaining your optimal damaging skill. So you don't have to worry about, looking for more levels for your attack, crit rate, and crit damage, for example. Well, honestly, strictly speaking, that is a very late game min-maxing, so you don't have to worry about it too much. But it's good to have in your back of your mind, right? And I think that's about it. Yeah, that's about it. And that's about the sigil system in the game. I hope this video helped you understand the sigil system in Aether a bit better. And as always, thank you very much for watching. And if you have any questions, feel free to comment down below in the comment section. And if it's not much to ask, you know, leave a like, subscribe to the channel for more Aether gamer videos. I'd really appreciate it, and you will help the channel a lot by doing so. So yeah, thank you very much once again, and take care everyone. Peace out.